When we first went in, we started recording somewhat traditionally, laying down tracks.
Off of some loops that you brought in. And
yeah, I brought some sketches in.
Some sketches of sounds.
Sketches of sounds and ideas of how I wanted to proceed. And everybody was playing along and filling in the gaps. And I think the first confrontation occurred when I came back in and started stripping out, taking the drums out, taking the bass out, sort of stripping down the songs, because in sculpture, you don't really see the form or the shape until you have the negative space around it. That's what draws out the form. So I sculpted the songs with the same philosophy that I would approach sculpture, and that was a difficult thing, a different type of working method for pretty much straight ahead rock and roll band who just went in with balls to the wall, and started just jamming and playing. So there was some touchy, intense moments.
I think it was real difficult for our engineer / producer fella, Buddy Hall, who is primarily a producer, so he is usually in control of his projects and his activities. And I give Buddy a lot of credit, because after a rough start, he caught on to what your vision was. And it was a rough start. It was a very difficult process. Frank's approach to creating the music and creating this album, if you will, was really diametrically opposite of any traditional approach in the studio that I've ever been a part of.
And that was part of the exercise, was to approach everything out of the normal realm as to the way typically.
Oh, it was out of the normal realm.
And the other thing that I mentioned we try to do is take the structure of the song completely away, where traditional rock songs go, chorus, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, guitar solo, then you're out, And I pretty much abolished that, obliterated that. I said, anything that follows any structure,
any normalcy.
Yeah, there's a phrase about form following function. I'm about form following feeling.
Right.
The function's unimportant to me. I'm all about how it feels.
Right.
So we went in, and one of the first songs that we recorded was Betrayed, I think, which really sort of stirred the pot a little bit, because I came in with a loop and we played it. I said, John, go into the booth. And he said, what do you want me to sing? And I said, just sing some words. I knew what I was doing. I wanted you to go in there and see if we could capture a moment. And he went in there pretty confused, like, well, I have no lyrics.
Extremely confused.
No lyrics. I have nothing to sing.
May I interject?
Yeah.
Most people understand that when you sing a song, there's music, and you sing, and you have a sheet of paper that has lyrics, and there's a structure, and you're prepared, because studio time is very expensive. So therefore, we're making a big investment here, and Frank has just this computer loop, which is just basically a click track.
Well, it had a little more than that.
It had a little touch of a couple things, but he said, go in and sing the song. Well, it wasn't even a song. It was an emotion. Okay, it was an emotion, if you say so. So Buddy, our engineer and studio guy, said to Frank, well, what words do you want him to sing? And Frank said, whatever comes to his mind. Okay, well, that's okay, because that's improv. That's cool. That can happen. And then Buddy said to Frank, well, what key do you want him to sing in? Point of reference. And Frank said, oh, that's irrelevant. That's really not important. And Buddy turned to Frank and said, I don't know what medication you're on, but I want some.
That's right.
Right? So that was confrontation number one.
And then he turned away from me, and you went into the sound booth like a lost puppy.
A lost puppy.
And we shut the door.
That's right.
And you nailed it. And you
Correct.
came out of the booth, and I ran up to you with my arms open.
Yes, you did. Come to Papa.
I said, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? And I said,
I didn't know I nailed it. I thought it was a total waste of time.
And what we managed to do...
I just saw dollar signs, because I'm a corporate dude, dollar signs flying out the studio window.
When you hear this...
Meanwhile, we used that track.
Right, that's what
That's the track.
When you hit the CD and you listen to Betrayed,
That's the
one
vocal.
take.
Take me